Hi everyone, I'm Matthew, and today my topic is Revolution in Mathematics Education. And if you want to know more about me, you may search my LinkedIn, Matthew Yip, and connect with me. Here are the awards that I've obtained. Okay, now we turn on the main session, the existing problems over years. The first part is assessment and competition. For mathematics, first, there is no public assessment for every grade. Second, there is no competition for school math. Also, internal assessment creates conflict of interest because most of the teachers push most of his or her students past by setting an easy assessment even though their abilities are not enough. This is my observation over years. And internal assessment is unfair when we compare students with different schools. For example, a student from a better school has advantages, even though his or her ability is worse than another student from a worse school, which makes unfair. For Mathematics Olympic, most are competitions but not assessments, and there exist age restrictions. Some questions are beyond the syllabus. This is a main problem. And most other Olympic competition only requires a small number of questions to be answered correctly to receive awards. For example, if there are 20 questions in an assessment or competition, a student may only have 5 correct answers to get an award, which indicates that participants generally do not perform well. This is often due to insufficient preparation time. And most importantly, organizers provide paid preparation costs to make the competition unfair. It is because some parents could afford the fee, but some could not. And for mathematics teaching, same schedule and syllabus for all students in their own country or region. Most students cannot follow unified and one-time teaching because most schools do not provide record classes for revision. Also, teachers only give a small amount of time or even no time for students to understand and then explain the questions. And students only have a small amount of time to copy what the teacher has written. They do not have enough time to understand. It is difficult to ask questions immediately during lessons. And they cannot review after lesson because no record class for them to review. Also, talent students are not motivated to learn faster and deeper. And current math lessons belong to passive learning, which is much less effective than active learning. And on the other hand, students cannot select their own teachers. Supporting for training of solving hard problems is insufficient because time is limited during lesson. Last but not least, paid tutoring costs unfair. The same reason, because some parents could afford the fee, but some could not, which makes unfair. So, how to solve all the problems? To solve the problems, there are 2 components. The first one is the Global Mathematics and Mathematics Olympic Grade Assessment Test with competition. And the second one is the Automatic Mathematics Learning System. Okay, before talking about them, let's talk about our visions. First, to integrate textbook, exercise, and lecture notes into one, starting from the basics and teaching each math problem step by step. Second, let people now and in the future learn math anytime, anywhere, according to personal needs and progress. Third, to enable individuals with high mathematical aptitude to learn advanced mathematics and Olympic mathematics more quickly, to accelerate human progress and benefiting humanity. And fourth, in the future, academic qualification will not be divided. Instead, recruitment standards in the workplace will be based on grades obtained in various subjects and their levels from public assessments. Fifth, people with weaker mathematical abilities should spend the same amount of time mastering basic mathematics. Once they reach the level required for their chosen profession or further studies, they can stop, rather than forcing themselves to study math in higher grades. Sixth, by unitizing public assessment and automatic learning system, we can reduce the workload of teachers, thereby reducing the future demand for math teachers. This allows talented individuals who are capable of dedicating themselves to math education to contribute to an ever-expanding reservoir of mathematical knowledge, facilitating the continuous development of the mathematical field. Okay, now let me introduce the first part, the Global Mathematics and Mathematics Olympic Grade Assessment Test with Competition. Here are the introduction documents for Math and Math Olympic respectively. And now you may scan our documents in Google Books. Okay, they are free. Okay, let me stop for a while. Okay, our assessment has different grades. One of the main features is that anyone can participate in the assessment, while only the one who fulfilled the age requirement could participate in the competition at the same time. Here is the certification for mathematics. For the assessment, we use absolute marking system. If your score is 90% or above, you could get distinction. Otherwise, if your score is from 80% to less than 90%, you could get pass with credit. Otherwise, if your score is from 60% to less than 80%, you could get a pass. For the competition, we use relative marking system. If your score is in top 5%, you could get gold award. Otherwise, if your score is the highest 10% after the gold award, you could get silver award. Otherwise, if your score is the highest 15% after the silver award, you could get bronze award. And otherwise, if your score is the highest 20% after the bronze award, you could get merit award. And here is the certification for Mathematics Olympic. For the assessment, the cutoff marks for Math Olympic is a little bit lower than Math. This is reasonable since Math Olympic is more difficult than Math. And for the competition, the percentage of awardee is the same with Math. And here are some notes. We do not require participants to achieve a passing grade or above in previous levels or to have participated in previous level assessment in order to participate in subsequent levels. And also we offer both physical and online tests. Since our assessment is global in nature, it is difficult to establish physical test centers in every country and region. One of the reasons for setting up online exams is to accommodate individuals from countries or regions where test centers cannot be established. Another reason is that online exams have lower costs, making them more affordable for more people. On the other hand, the transcript and certificate will indicate the mode of the examination, whether it was taken physically or online, for reference. Okay, here are some Q&As. The first question is, what are the difference between assessment for mathematics and mathematics Olympic? Okay, the first one is, the mathematics assessment covers the mainstream mathematics taught in schools, which everyone should learn. The mathematics Olympic assessment mainly covers the knowledge beyond school mathematics and is similar in scope to other mathematics Olympic competitions. It is more challenging than mathematics and is suitable for individuals with a high mathematical aptitude. Second, in the mathematics assessment, some questions require showing the solution process, while in the mathematics Olympic assessment, in most cases, only the answer needs to be written similar to other mathematics Olympic competitions. Okay. The second question is, can I take both math and math Olympic assessment at the same time? The answer is yes. You can even choose different exam languages. Okay, third question, do the assessment and competition have the same test paper? The answer is yes. Participants who participate assessment and competition at the same time only need to take the test paper once to obtain both certifications at the same time. Okay, the fourth question, will the results of assessment and competition affect each other? The answer is no. For example, an 11-year-old participant can participate in the grade 8 Math Olympic assessment and participate in the competition simultaneously. If that participant scores 78 points in the assessment, he or she will receive a pass with credit in the assessment. And if his or her score ranks in the top 13% of the competition, the participant will receive the silver award in the competition. And if another participant scores 48 points in the assessment, there's no level in the assessment. But if his score ranks in the top 45% of the competition, that participant will also receive the merit award in the competition. Okay, the next question is it unfair for people of different ages to participate in the same level of assessment? The answer is no. The reason as follows. The first one is, in assessment, the grading scale has a fixed range of scores, which is unaffected by the others. Second, candidates over a certain age can only participate in the assessment and cannot participate in the competition at the same time. Third, the transcript and certificate indicate the year, allowing for the calculation of the candidate's age at the time of assessment. Okay, the next question is, if I'm a school teacher or tutor, what is the motivation for my students to take this assessment? Okay, the answer is, when registering, you can fill in the name of the instructor. If the student obtains excellent or good or passing grades, another certificate will be issued to the instructor, and the names of the instructor and the student will be filled in the certificate. And what are our principles for setting questions? Okay, there are three main principles. The first one is to try to avoid situations where a mistake in the earlier part of a question leads to losses in subsequent parts. The second one is questions should be challenging yet not excessively tedious to minimize the need for cumbersome calculations. And third, we aim to minimize the element of luck in our questions. Okay, and what are the special features of our marking scheme? Okay, there are two main special features. The first one is the principle of absolute fairness in policy making. okay, which means that the scores absolutely reflect the true level of test takers. That is, the knowledge level required, difficulty, and workload need for each score are combined to form a comprehensive indicator, but not just relative fairness. That means to evaluate all test takers according to consistent standards. Okay, they are different. And the second one is the marking scheme clearly indicates the topic of each question, making it easier for students to review and categorize. And can I buy the answer sheet and apply for marking review? The answer is yes. If the score changes after the review fee will be refunded. And here is the supporting organizer, which is called the Asia International Mathematics Research Association, which is established for more than 20 years. And the members include mathematical research institutions, groups, and individuals in 10 countries. And also we have obtained certification from the following 16 organizations. Okay, now we need more recognition from different organizations. Please find me after this session if you're interested in recognizing us. And here is the list of our advisors. They come from United States, China, India, Singapore, Japan, Italy, UAE, and Aranda. I've typed their names in the following 5 pages. Okay, and also the thank you list for those who have freely provided valuable advices. And now we need your valuable advice. Please find me after this session if you are interested to be our advisor. Here are the previous assessments conducted. And the Global Math and Math Olympic Grade Assessment Test with Competition has been introduced in the following magazines. Now we are going to organize assessment in different countries, and we need one co-organizer to help organizing in their own countries. Please find me after this session if you're interested in cooperating with us. Okay, now let's talk about the second part, automatic mathematics learning system. Okay, here are our ideas. We would like to break the traditional teaching model. Understand and try the problems yourself first, and hence absorb the knowledge and skills better than just watching the teaching video directly. Based on the students' learning speed, use a step-by-step method to ensure that they can do it. Because understand does not imply that they can do it at the current stage before moving on to the next stage. Avoid being unable to master the questions in later stage due to too rapid exposure, and at the same time increase learning efficiency and try to avoid wasting time in the stage that have been mastered. Okay, here are our flow. Okay, students need to try to finish the question by themselves after learning the knowledge. Then they need to click the answer button after they have tried their best to finish the question. If they get correct answers, they could click the next stage and then try the questions in the next stage. Otherwise, if the question is if the answer is wrong, or even they don't know how to do, they should try again by referring the correct answer shown. And if they can work out the answer, they should click the next question at this stage. And then the system will show another similar question at the same stage. And then students try again. Otherwise, if they cannot work out the answer, they need to click solution and use spread to take notes. If they could completely understand the solution, they should click next question at this stage and then try again. Otherwise, they should click teaching, then a teaching video will be shown. And then students use blue pen to take important notes. If they could completely understand the solution, they should click next question at this stage, and then try again. Otherwise, they have to scan or click the QR code to ask in person, and then use red pen to take important notes after we provide support to them. Okay, because of the limited time, now I am not able to demonstrate in details, but we are going to provide free trial of our system. Please find me after this session if you're interested in cooperating with us. Okay, last but not least, there is the connection between the Global Math and Math Olympic grade assessment test with competition and the automatic mathematics learning system. We strongly believe that assessment boosts learning. If someone enroll our assessment, they could get free preparation. On the other hand, if someone enroll our preparation system, they could get free assessment. The connection between them makes our assessment system open and fair. Okay, here's my LinkedIn QR code. Let's connect. Thank you. Any questions?
My question is, your assessment, is it multiple choice?
We try to avoid multiple choice with only one answer, but we will give multiple choice for multiple answers.
Okay, well, what about I understand your concept, but what about just assessments in general? What about the assessments for students that have a learning difference, whether they're on the spectrum or they have anxiety about assessments and things like that? What do you do for students that need some kind of accommodation, if anything?
They could. Okay, let me turn back to the page. Please wait. If the students have different learning abilities, because anyone can participate the assessment, they could choose the grade which is suitable to them. For example, if their learning abilities of a student is lower than average, they could choose a lower grade and then pass the assessment, then to build their confidence. On the other hand, if a student is gifted, they could choose a grade which is higher than the corresponding grade. Yeah.
Okay, one last question, sorry. How does this strategy tap into critical thinking and higher level thinking? Assessments in generally, you're analyzing some things. What about the creation mode? How do you utilize this for a student to go in and to create something utilizing their mathematical fluencies and foundations?
We focus on to build a solid foundation of mathematics for every student. So we open the assessment for anyone let me go back to our flow. We want them to master the problems step by step. That means they could build confidence and also the actual ability needs or knowledge need before they go to the next stage of the questions, so that we 100% to ensure that they could they could master the knowledge required. Yeah, but they will not. I mean, what should I say? We should say that they will not hate math because they don't understand what's happened during the lesson in school. Yeah, this is our main purpose. Okay. Any other questions?
I have one. Yeah, I have one last question. This on the workflow. Do they have to show the work? It's only one answer so it's not multiple choice. But do they have to show the work on how they were able to obtain that answer?
Yes, they have to show their work. And I should say that in our assessment, we will provide some questions are multiple choice with multiple answers. But this is not the main part. The main part is they need to show the steps. Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. If no, okay. Thank you.